Does your neck hurt and you've tried everything, but nothing really works? What's about to be revealed will completely change your perspective on that pain you've been carrying. Your neck isn't just muscles and bones. It's the bridge between your mind and your heart, and when it hurts, your soul is screaming a message you've ignored for too long. Imagine for a moment that constant pain in your neck disappeared not with pills or massages, but by understanding what it really means. Louise Hay discovered something revolutionary. Our body speaks a perfect emotional language, and the neck is one of the clearest communicators of all. Every tension, every stiffness, every sharp pain is a conversation your inner being is trying to have with you. Right now, as you feel that familiar discomfort in your neck, I want you to know that you're not crazy, you're not imagining things, and you're definitely not condemned to live like this forever. Your body is infinitely wise, and that pain is actually an invitation to transform something much deeper in your life. Over the next few minutes, we're going to decode together this secret code your neck has been sending you. I promise that by the end of this video, you'll have 5 powerful revelations that will not only relieve your physical pain, but revolutionize the way you relate to yourself and the world around you. Louise Hay always said that our physical symptoms are teachers in disguise, and the neck has one of the most urgent messages you can receive. Are you ready to listen to what your soul has been trying to tell you? The first truth: your neck holds your emotional rigidity. The neck represents something absolutely fascinating in the emotional map of our body. It's the zone of flexibility, of the ability to see different perspectives, of maintaining balance between what we think and what we feel. When Louise Hay studied the emotional patterns behind neck pain, she discovered that people who suffer from neck problems share something very specific. They are too rigid with themselves. Have you noticed that when you're stressed or angry, you automatically tense your neck? It's no coincidence. Your neck becomes the place where you store all that emotional inflexibility. Every time you refuse to see another point of view, every time you desperately cling to being right, every time you resist change, your neck registers it all. Think about this. How many times in the last week have you said, "No, that can't be," or "Things have to be this way"? Your neck was taking note of every moment of mental rigidity. Louise Hay explained that the neck hurts when we refuse to be flexible with life, when we prefer the pain of resistance over the freedom of change. Here's an exercise that will transform your relationship with flexibility. Right now, as you feel that pain in your neck, gently turn your head to the right and whisper, "I am willing to see things differently." Now turn to the left and repeat, "I allow life to surprise me." Feel how each conscious movement is sending a message of openness to your entire nervous system. But there's something even deeper in your neck's message, and it's something most women have been carrying since childhood without realizing it. The second truth: you're carrying others' emotional weight. The second revelation about your neck pain is going to impact you deeply because it has to do with something we've all experienced but few consciously recognize. Your neck hurts because you're carrying the emotional weight of other people. Yes, just as you heard it. You've turned your neck into the place where you carry the worries, problems, and expectations of everyone else. Louise Hay observed that women who suffer from chronic neck tension have something in common. They are the saviors of their family, the ones who are always available to solve others' problems. the ones who carry the emotional responsibilities of their entire close circle. Your neck has literally become the place where you carry those invisible backpacks. Do you recognize yourself in this description? Every time your sister calls you with her dramas, your neck tenses up. Every time your mother tells you about her frustrations and you absorb them as if they were yours, your neck registers that extra load. Every time you feel like you have to solve your partner's problems, your children's problems, your friends' problems, your neck becomes the warehouse for all that emotional weight that doesn't belong to you. Louise Hay had a beautiful phrase for this: every person has the right to their own learning path, and when you carry their lessons, you rob them of the opportunity to grow. Your neck pain is an alarm signal telling you, enough already, stop carrying what isn't yours. Let's do an immediate release exercise. Place your hands on your neck and feel that familiar tension. Now imagine that each tense muscle is carrying someone else's problem. Visualize how you gently release each of those burdens. Repeat with me. I lovingly release everything that doesn't belong to me. Each person has the strength to handle their own life. Feel how your neck begins to relax with each word. But here comes something that's going to surprise you even more, because it has to do with a deep belief you have about your own worth. The third truth: you re-afraid to hold your head high. The third truth about your neck pain is connected to something probably no one has told you before. Your neck hurts. Yes, you read that right. The pain in your neck is directly related to your difficulty in recognizing your own worth and standing up for yourself when necessary. Louise Hay discovered that many women with neck problems have a history of being silenced, minimized, or taught to stay small. Your neck hurts because for years it has kept your head down metaphorically, avoiding confrontations, swallowing words you needed to say, allowing others to treat you with less respect than you deserve. How many times have you wanted to say something important but stopped yourself because you thought, better not make waves? How many times have you allowed someone to walk all over you without defending yourself? How many times have you accepted less than you deserve because you believed you didn't have the right to ask for more? Your neck has been registering every one of those times you chose to make yourself small. The neck is the area of the body that connects your head with your heart, your reason with your intuition, your wisdom with your action. When it hurts, it's because there's a disconnection between what you know you deserve and what you actually allow yourself to receive. It's as if your soul were screaming, lift your head, take up your space, say what you need to say. But there's a way to begin healing this disconnection immediately. Stand up straight. Lengthen your neck as if an invisible string were gently pulling the crown of your head toward the sky. Now repeat with conviction, I deserve to be heard. I deserve respect. I deserve to occupy my place in this world. Feel how each word resonates not only in your mind but in every fiber of your neck. However, if you think this is deep, wait until you discover what comes next, because the fourth revelation touches on something all women face but rarely talk about, ... The fourth truth: your battle with perfectionism and control. Your neck pain is also speaking about something that's even more intimate and personal: your relationship with perfection and control. The fourth revelation is that your neck hurts because you trying to control aspects of life that you simply cannot control, and that constant tension of wanting everything to turn out perfect manifests directly in this sensitive area of your body. Louise Hay observed that perfectionist women develop a specific rigidity in the neck that comes from constantly monitoring, anticipating problems, trying to prevent mistakes, wanting every detail of their lives to be under control. Your neck becomes the command center of that impossible battle against life's uncertainty. Does that feeling of having your neck muscles constantly on alert sound familiar? It's because mentally you're trying to hold too many things at once. You're attempting to control how your partner perceives you, how projects at work turn out, how your children behave, what others think of you, whether everything will go as you planned. Your poor neck is literally holding the weight of wanting to be a goddess who perfectly manages all aspects of existence. Here is the English translation of the provided text. Did you know there is a method so simple it can change your life in just 21 days? Louise Hay called it the water glass method, and what you're about to discover today will forever transform the way you face your problems. If you've made it this far, it's because something inside you knows you deserve more, that there's a version of you waiting to emerge stronger, more confident, more complete. Imagine for a moment that every obstacle in your life, every toxic relationship, every limiting pattern could dissolve with the same ease that sugar dissolves in water. Sounds impossible, right? But I assure you, by the end of this video, you'll have a tool so powerful in your hands that you'll wonder why no one ever taught it to you before. And best of all, you don't need anything more than a glass, water, and your pure intention. For years, you've carried patterns that don't belong to you, beliefs that limit you, fears that paralyze you. You've tried to change using only willpower, and perhaps you've felt frustrated because the results don't come or don't last. But today, you'll understand why this happens and how the water glass method can be the key to opening all the doors you thought were closed forever. Louise Hay dedicated her life to teaching us that our thoughts create our reality, that every belief we hold about ourselves manifests in our experience. And she discovered that water, that vital element that makes up most of our body, can be our greatest ally in this transformation process. Are you ready to discover how it works? The water glass method, liquid memory, and your body's operating system. The first point you need to understand is that water is liquid memory. Every drop you drink has been in oceans, clouds, rivers, and other living beings. It has traveled the planet for millions of years, absorbing information, energy, vibration. Louise Hay used to say that water responds to our thoughts and emotions in ways we are just beginning to understand, and she was right. Think about your body right now. Approximately 60% of your being is water. Every cell, every organ, every tissue contains this sacred element. When you change the information you give to water, you literally change the information in your body. It's like reprogramming your internal operating system from the very source of life. Have you noticed how you feel different after crying? Tears aren't just emotions releasing. They're water laden with toxic information that your body needed to expel. But you can also consciously use water to introduce new information, new programming, new possibilities into your system. The water glass method works because it combines three powerful elements: conscious intention, energetic programming of water and ritualistic action that anchors change in your subconscious. It's not magic, though the results might seem like it. It's pure quantum science applied to your personal transformation. I'm going to give you the first practical exercise. Tonight, before you go to sleep, take a glass of clean water. Hold it in your hands and close your eyes. Breathe deeply 3 times and say these words: "Sacred water, dissolve everything that no longer serves me. Cleanse my cells of limiting patterns. Renew my being from the inside out." Feel your intention permeate every molecule. Drink the water slowly, reverently, knowing that you are initiating your cellular renewal process. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now and activate the bell, because this content can change your life, and you won't want to miss any video that can accelerate your transformation. Your words, decrees the water memorizes. And this brings us to the second fundamental point. Your words are decrees that water memorizes. Louise Hay taught us that every word we utter is an affirmation that shapes our experience. When you speak near water, when you consciously program every drop you drink, you are literally rewriting the code of your physical reality. How many times a day do you utter words that limit you? I can't, it's impossible. The same thing always happens to me. I don't deserve. I'm stupid. Each of these phrases is information your body absorbs and manifests. But imagine the power of consciously reversing this. Water doesn't judge, doesn't discriminate, doesn't question. It simply receives and memorizes the information you give it. It's like having direct access to your subconscious hard drive. When you program water with powerful affirmations, you are bypassing the resistance of your conscious mind and speaking directly to the wisdom of your body. A woman recently wrote to me, telling me she had been struggling with self-sabotage patterns in her relationships for years. Therapy after therapy, book after book, but she always returned to the same mistakes. She decided to try the water glass method for 21 consecutive days. Every morning, she programmed her water with this affirmation: "I deserve healthy and stable love. I attract relationships that nourish my soul. I am worthy of being loved just as I am." Within 10 days, she started noticing subtle changes. She felt more confident, more centered. On the 21st day, she met someone completely different from her usual pattern. Someone who valued her, respected her, loved her from the first date. Coincidence? The universe has no coincidences, only perfect synchronicities. Here's your second exercise. Tomorrow, before you drink your first glass of water of the day, hold the glass and program your water with a specific affirmation for what you most need to change in your life. If it's self-esteem, I am valuable and deserve the best. If it's abundance, prosperity flows to me with ease. If it's health, my body regenerates and heals completely. Repeat the affirmation 7 times while visualizing the water filling with golden light. Do you realize you're already feeling something different just by hearing this? Your body recognizes the truth when it hears it. And that's what we'll talk about in the next point. Water connects you to universal wisdom. The third aspect you must understand is that water connects your body with universal wisdom. Louise Hay used to say that when we align with the natural flow of life, miracles become commonplace. Water is that flow. Its constant movement, adaptability, perpetual renewal. When you resist change, when you cling to patterns that no longer serve you, it's like trying to stop a river with your hands. Water teaches you to flow, to adapt, to trust that every experience leads you exactly where you need to be. But it also teaches you that you have the power to consciously direct that flow. Your body is designed for constant renewal. Every 7 years, literally all the cells in your body have been replaced. You are a completely new person at a cellular level. But if you keep feeding your cells the same limiting information, you will recreate the same patterns over and over again. The water glass method interrupts this cycle and introduces new information of possibility. Think of a woman who has lived her whole life feeling invisible, believing she has no voice, that her opinion doesn't matter. This belief has become her cellular identity. Every cell in her body vibrates with this information of invisibility. But when she begins to program her water daily with affirmations of personal power, something extraordinary happens. My voice is important. My ideas have value. I deserve to be heard and respected. At first, it might feel strange, even fake. But water doesn't know the difference between an old belief and a new one. It simply receives the information and begins to reorganize the body's energetic matrix. In a few weeks, this woman starts speaking with more confidence in meetings. She applies for that promotion she always wanted but never dared to ask for. She sets healthy boundaries in her relationships. Her posture changes, her energy changes, her presence changes. It's not that she has become another person. It's that she has remembered who she truly is beneath all the layers of limiting conditioning. Water reconnects you with your original essence, with that version of you that existed before the world told you who you should be. Louise Hay deeply believed that we are all born perfect and complete, and that we only need to remember this truth to heal completely. Your third exercise is this. For an entire week, every time you drink water, no matter when or where, take a moment before drinking to give thanks. Thank you, sacred water, for cleansing my body, renewing my cells, and connecting me with my inner wisdom. This simple act of gratitude transforms ordinary water into liquid medicine. Do you feel the difference this could make in your life? Sharing this video with someone who needs it might be the most valuable gift you give them today. Healing your relationship with yourself, and this leads us to the fourth crucial point. The water glass method heals your relationship with yourself. The root of all problems in our external lives is how we relate internally. Louise Hay expressed it this way: the most important relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. How do you talk to yourself when you make a mistake? What words do you use to describe your body when you look in the mirror? How do you respond internally when something doesn't go as expected? This constant internal conversation is programming your body water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Most women have an internal critic so severe that they would never allow anyone else to speak to them that way. Yet, they tolerate and even feed this toxic dialogue within their own minds. The water in your body is constantly receiving these messages of self-rejection, self-selfism, self-sabotage. But when you start using the water glass method consciously, you are creating sacred moments of self-love several times a day. Every sip programmed with intention becomes an act of self-love, a declaration that you deserve care, attention, respect, starting with yourself.